Now we move on to part 2 of this assembly. Well, I'm saying part 2. Of course, it's part 18, but part 2 of this mammoth task my brother and I are undertaking to get the transmission in. Looks like the guy in red is Buddha, big fat slug. He's going to go on a diet. Anyway, my brother and I have great fun doing this. You'll see in a moment that we put everything on and then we take it all off again. The clutch aligning tool I have is a multi-size one. It does probably just about every clutch there is going. And the only thing you have to be careful of, if you push that center rod in too far, it goes past the end of the pilot bearing and then it drops and then you end up misaligning the clutch, which is exactly what happened to us. And we couldn't understand why it was in such a strange way. And then I figured out what the hell was going on. But that's one of the joys. You learn it. It's a long time since I'd used that particular tool that I had. I had been trying to sell it on eBay. I'm glad I hadn't succeeded because it really was extremely helpful. And don't ever attempt to align a clutch without a clutch aligning tool. They usually give you a plastic one that you can use, and they're pretty good. Ironically, they do have teeth on them on the plastic ones, but they don't need to. It's just something they do. The tool I'm using is all metal, and there are no grooves on it. You just screw on the different size pieces you need. And this is where I'm looking at it going, no, there's something wrong here. Oh, the joy. And at this point, I couldn't get the clutch aligning tool out, which is what told me there is something definitely wrong here. So we had to loosen it all up and get it out. I'm glad there were no fur rugs around. Trevor and I were lying on the floor there as if we were babies. It only took us about an hour and a half to get up once we were down. I just wanted to get that last little bit off. I'm so anal about certain things, but hey, and I wanted it right. It's no good, doing it and then saying no. See, I mean, I even got my little sander out there, as you can see, and sanded it off because I wanted it to be nice. Yeah, nobody will ever see it, but that's not the point, is it, really? What was it, the expression? Do it once, do it right? Something like that. Or do it right, do it once. I can't remember which way around that goes. But anyway, you get the idea. Not quite sure what that alignment, all those bolts were. Oh, they're for the bell housing. Duh, engaged brain cell, Gary. Ah, there he is. David Bailey taking his photograph. And only you old folks will know who David Bailey is. And you see how crazy I am. I'm putting on some rust converter there. Oh, do you see that? He kicked that cushion. That poor defenseless cushion, and he kicked it. I didn't see him do that. I'm going to have to get him arrested for cushion kicking. See what, these dollies are very handy things. So, in the end, as you will see, we said, fuck it. Got the dolly out of the way. And we just fucked it into position. A little bit of support occasionally. Kept moving, so we put it up against the step. Stop looking at my brother's ass, you perverts. It's my brother. I couldn't possibly sell his ass cheap. There we go. Think, 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 think. Oh, yes, let's do this. Let's put a bolt in here. And at this point, we're just using the bolts to support the weight. I'm just getting a few in, getting them in finger tight, getting as many as we can in finger tight. And although my brother's using the wrench there, we're not actually cranking it up tight. We're bringing it in slowly and evenly to keep the gap as it comes in, and hence the reason we're jiggling and piggling about. You've got to do that, otherwise you're going to mess things up. You just got to take it easy and slowly. Sorry about the noise of those horrible little children. I'll have them shot later. That's the joy of living near a school. However, I am the end of a cul-de-sac, so nobody's going to be building next to me. That's a good thing. You really needed to know that, didn't you? Well, here we are now. We're both getting it pinched up and keeping it even. My brother and I are both checking it, so one or the other of us will say, hang on, whoa, slow, tighten that one up, loosen that one, tighten that one. We get there. We're having great fun. We really did enjoy ourselves. I know it's terrible, but we did. Yeah, needed something with a little more leverage. Or as you Americans would say, leverage. And note, I didn't kick that dolly, I did just push it firmly out of the way, unlike my brother kicking the cushion. And in fact, the cushion was split and I had to throw it away, so I think he now can be done for murdering a cushion. I'll have to get the FBI to investigate it. I'd had that cushion for years. I loved that cushion. All my brother did was complain it made his knees dirty. And then he killed it. 12-year-old humour. But my brother's used to that movement. He does it a lot. Up and down, only not quite that distance. If he wore himself out there, he had to take a breather. It's funny when most people pack their suitcases to visit. When my brother comes to visit me, he packs car parts in his suitcase and working clothes for the garage, working shoes. We can't help ourselves. We love playing with our toys. Little did we know at this point what trouble lies ahead. You'll see that in the next video. And note at this point the dipstick is still in. That does come out before we even attempt to put it into the engine bay. And I believe also at this point the exhaust manifolds had been removed. I can't swear to that, and I can't see, but obviously the carburetors were definitely off. And I think we also, I'm sure we took them off at this point, or maybe a few minutes later. Oh, I ran off with the grinder. Why? What was I going to grind? Oh, that's right. I had one bolt that bottomed out, even though they're all the same length. It was just one bolt bottomed out, so I had to take the end off, and I didn't want to grind near the car, so I took it outside and did it by hand. Not the way you should do things, but I don't happen to have a vice outside. So, believe me, I held onto that bolt firmly in a pair of pliers while I cut the end off. I haven't got a clue what I was doing over there. Oh, I was sorting out some washers, I think. We're in mid-discussion here as to how we're going to do things and get them together. And obviously, if you guys want to see in more detail the things we are doing, you can always go to the settings on YouTube and slow this down. I'm not sure what it'll do to my voice. Probably make me sound really drunk, which I am usually anyway. We're having a bit of a tidy at the moment. Clearing up, ready to move, ready to start getting this baby into the car, or rather underneath the car, which is just the way we went. Purely because we wanted to make sure we didn't scratch the paintwork. Again, as I've said before, it's always handy having someone working with you. Things get done whilst you're not there, which is great, because they have to be done anyway. There he goes again, David Bailey. What would we do without our iPhones, huh? Or our adenoids? Yes, I know that's not right. I'm not sure what we're doing at the moment, so just stare at the engine and gearbox. I mean, it's quite pretty.